Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland. Just finished up the harvest down here in the small field. Gonna leave the straw bales there overnight, same as in the other wheat field that we harvested last episode. Got 32,000 liters of wheat, gotta bring on down to the grain mill. Gonna put it on in there. I think we'll just turn it on. Might as well make flour. I know I said might as well wait, but it wouldn't hurt to actually have the flour. That way, if something were to happen where I could sell it, if I need the money, it's like, oh, I'm a few dollars short. If I had the flour, you know, I could buy whatever. So let's bring it on down here. We should have some barley as well. So we'll get them both on. So I did some testing on that pig pen I talked about last episode. So those pigs in that pen do not need any straw at all. They will need water. I did put up a manure pit and a liquid slurry pit, and of course with no straw they're not going to create solid manure, but they don't create any liquid manure either. But that's okay, we're just going to be raising them to be brought down to the slaughterhouse to be made into other material. Alright, so that is put into there. Let's go ahead down to our production buildings and scroll all the way down here. Wheat flour. So 32,000 liters of wheat. Let's go ahead and activate that. Storing. This is all on storing. That's good. And barley. We got about 11,000 liters of that. Let's go ahead and activate that. So 30 liters of barley make 23 liters of flour. And 30 liters of wheat. 30 and 23. So it's the same. Oh no, it must be I didn't click on it. Sorry. 5 liters of wheat make 4 liters of flour. Okay. Oats. So oats actually make more flour than you put in. Sorghum does the same. Now cornmeal we don't care about too much. Cracked corn, yeah, 20 liters of corn make 25 liters of cracked corn. So we're going to get to that maybe this year if I do a contract or two. We'll have to see what comes on up. Let's go ahead and fold this on up. Circle around here. And head back to the farm. I didn't do any contracts, none of that kind of stuff in between episodes. Just harvested the small field, that was it. And now we're going to head back on home. But I just got done checking the store page just to make sure. And it's happened again. No, it's not something I want to buy. Amazon. The Paprika 4500 2C Super. 53% off. And here's another one for 55% off. 2 of the same item in the store for sale at the same time. And like I said, with all the tractors, implements, I even got the Platinum Edition equipment on here as well. And I get 2 of the same item for sale on the same day. Gotta love that stuff. We are up to 152,000, which is great. We're just going to sleep tonight, see what comes up for sale in the store. I am looking for the electronic telehandler. That's what we're going for. I did try that also on the other map to make sure it does hitch up to the baling trailer that I have, and it does. So we should be all set there, fingers crossed, if it ever comes up. If it doesn't come up by winter time, then I'm going to have to go ahead and purchase it then. But I'm going to get back to the farm, put some stuff away, and we're going to sleep through the rest of the evening into tomorrow, and maybe the canola field will be ready for harvesting. Last month we slept in a hobo house. I think tonight we'll sleep in the barn. Yeah, I mean, hopefully this will change in the morning. And keep our fingers crossed, luck will go our way. So the animals are all set. The production buildings are going. Let's go ahead and sleep until 8 a.m. Don't need to get up any earlier than that, really. So the new field that we bought, that might be ready for harvest. I'm not too sure. Our canola field is going to be a little bit behind. And let's see. We got the John Deere driving car, it says. And we got ourselves a disc harrow. So nothing that we're looking for. Let's go ahead and see if our canola field is ready. Well, it is not. That's fine. Our grass field is not ready for harvest. That'll be next month, which could be in a couple seconds here. Let me just see what the chickens are up to. Yeah, the chickens are doing fine. They're creating more and more eggs. Our field is covered in weeds, but that's fine. That'll be taken care of next year, for darn sure. And our other canola field has now sprouted as well. So I'm just trying to think here in the month of September, is there anything I really need to do? Our grass fields should be good to go. Yeah, they are. They've been fertilized. I don't think there's any contracts I want to do. I've done enough of them the last few episodes. The barley contract is still there, but they want it as hay. Cultivating job. Now, you may be seeing some harvesting jobs here. I double-checked. They are for potatoes mostly, but what I was looking for is if the harvesting contract came with the Mark Thor harvester that we have, I'd probably jump in and do it. And the other thing we're looking for, really, the supply and transport, diesel exhaust fluid. That's a lot. I would have to buy 45,000 liters of it and sell it. Okay, so be it. But yeah, we're not interested in any of this stuff. Oh, looks like it's going to rain today as well. Let's go ahead and fast forward time. We'll make some cash during the day from our solar panels and our wind turbines, but yep, I'm just going to keep checking on the store, see if anything comes up. If not, I'll see you first thing in the morning of October, and we should be able to harvest that canola field over there. Well, it is a beautiful morning here in October, but the rain is on its way, but it won't be here until about 11 o'clock. Up to $188,000, which is nice, and our canola field is ready. I don't think our other one will be. Our grass fields are ready. Let me just scroll up here. Instead of walking down there, let me go ahead and see if it's ready. Nope, this field down here is not quite ready, so that's fine. One field is good enough for me. I did go ahead and take on some contracts, but they're all fertilizing. But I took them yesterday. I don't know if they disappeared. Nope, they're all here. Here come the grass contracts. Ted it and bale it. Nah. And make silage bales. That is in field 105. So I will accept that one. So I'll be doing some contracts. Maybe we'll fertilize some fields, and then I'll do the baling afterwards. Maybe. Still a lot of harvesting contracts here. Look at all the harvesting contracts going on. There's a plowing contract, supply and transport, nothing looking there. And yeah, so we're all set. But we're going to focus on our field first thing because I do not want the crop to go anywhere. I don't want it to go bad. I just want to get it harvested and get it done before the rain gets here. I can always fertilize when the rain gets here. Jump over this. Now, canola we can bale, and I'm going to be selling the straw bales because, like I said, the pig pen that we're going to be using does not require any straw whatsoever. So all the straw bales can be sold. I left all of my equipment out for 2 months. I thought I was going to be harvesting last month. All right, let me squeeze through here. Let's get everything over to that field. What's in the store here? Okay, believe it or not, there is a forklift, but that, yeah, I'm definitely going to go ahead and get the telehandler. I do not like these, the way those forklifts look. And I don't want to buy it just because it's on sale and it's rather cheap. We're doing okay for ourselves here on the farm now, so saving up for what we want, I think, is what we're going to be doing. And I don't really need the pallet forks that bad yet. We're getting there, though. December, January, going to be doing a lot of selling. Eggs, sheep's milk, of course, the silage bales, that, as you know of. So this field's going to take me a little bit of time to do. I may actually hire a worker to do that. Let's come over to here and get the class Arion up and running. And get that over to there. So a lot of baling to get done today. Of course, I took on that contract. Got my own grass fields. And we got one canola field to get going. Okay, let me turn on the baler. You can follow that little piece of equipment right there. And now I'm going to grab the T8. Get the trailer open. And bring that on over so we can unload when we need to. So all this is going to the fuel refinery to make diesel, compost, and of course pig food. And actually, we do have enough pig food in the fuel refinery to take care of the pig pen. So, you know, I could go ahead and get the pig pen maybe today. I'm going to think about it while I harvest this canola field. Just to make sure straw swath is on here. Yes, it is. So this field's going to take a little bit of a time with this harvester, as you can imagine. So like I said, I may go ahead and put it on a worker in a little bit. So we'll have someone harvesting, someone falling around, and then I can come over and plop down or unload the combine when needed. Now there should be stones in this field. Yep, there are stones. I see them. So after I get done harvesting, just got to figure out the crop rotation thing. I don't know what was in this field before canola last season. Not that it matters, because crop rotation is going to come up with something on its own anyways, because we didn't have it activated then. But this field does require some lime, I think. Wouldn't hurt. Pick up the stones. I'll have to double check to make sure it doesn't need to be plowed. If it needs to be plowed, then I'm going to plow it first, then pick up the stones. Just make sure I get all the straw on the field. I don't want to spin around out here. Actually, I'm going to skip a few rows, and hopefully I do a good enough straight line. Never really do, though. This combine does not turn on a dime at all. Now, I think with this year's harvest of canola in this field and our other field, I think we're going to have a lot of diesel to sell. So we do have our own diesel storage tanker behind the big red barn. That'll hold about 4,000 liters. I want to top that off, and then we can start selling some diesel. So we need to buy a lot of things. I need to buy a water tanker for the pigs. I need to buy a tanker to sell the milk in. I need to buy a tanker for diesel to sell that. So a lot of things to buy, and of course next year I'm hoping when we get to harvesting, we got a much bigger combine with a much bigger header on it. So many things to purchase. But with the fertilizing jobs I got to do, along with doing some other jobs, and of course the big sale of silage and everything else in the wintertime, I think we're going to be okay. Of course, it would be nice if the combine would come up for sale. But usually in October, November, not much comes up for sale that we're looking for. I mean, this combine's not that bad for this, you know, what we got for fields. But it's getting to the point of, yeah, it's time to upgrade some. And so far the good news is we're in the month of October and nothing is currently flickering on the screen. I've done about maybe half dozen recordings now, and all I got to remember to do, and it's a hard habit to get into, is go into my shader folder and delete all the shader folders when I go from one map to another. Even if I only have one shader, if I go from Silver Run onto this map, I'll start getting flickering. Now, if I go from this map to Silver Run, it may not flicker right off, but it'll start flickering eventually. So all I gotta do is just exit out of the game, go to my shader folder, and clear it on out, and that seems to help fix the problem as well. It's good that we get some straw from the canola. It's going to help our sales a little bit. Well, I do see right in front of me that it's also harvest time for the corn. So I probably should keep my eye out for corn contracts. And I probably should get right on it, because sometimes since I only do 1 day per month, those contracts can come and go rather quickly. So let me go see if there's any corn contracts. This could take a moment here. Let's see, what do we got here? Sugar beet, sunflower, soybean. Actually, can I think I can narrow it down to harvesting, but it's not going to tell me. I can't narrow it down to just corn only. Corn in field 11. Okay, so that's a decent size combine-ish setup and header. So corn in 11. Sugar beet. Corn in 17. Is that a bigger setup? That's $13.45 to lease it with that, and that is $14.93 to lease it with that. Wait, what field is it? 11, 17. So there's field number 30. It's cheaper to lease that equipment. The header might be the same, but it might be bigger. Yeah, that corn header on the class, it looks a little bit bigger. Those are sunflowers. That's corn in that one. Corn in that one. So plenty of corn contracts. You know, the money is not the biggest important thing, but the header, you know, the working with is going to be kind of important to me. What was it? 17, I think, had the biggest one. I think so. And it's not that expensive to borrow the items. And since I'm doing one, I might as well go ahead and accept that contract. And I'll just start with that for now, because I got a lot of contracts on hand already. I need to be folding this pipe out. And I need to get my TA up there and help me unload. So it's not going to take me too long to harvest this field. Probably like another 20 minutes or so. I won't bother turning on the fuel refinery until next month when I harvest our field. I mean, is canola harvesting that late in the year? Canola. Yes, I'll go all the way to the month of November. Okay. And that is the other thing about this combine. It unloads kind of slowly. But you know what? It's done us very well for the first few years. Can't complain at all. But fingers crossed, this will be the last year that we have this combine. Won't get much back for it or the header, but it's done what it needed to do. A few more passes and the harvest will be done over here in this field. I've been doing a couple of jobs. We've already gotten actually one of the cornfields harvested. I sent Frank on down to get the class Lexi in, and I've been helping him out by unloading the combine and bringing that over to where it needs to be delivered while this combine is unloading. This combine does take a little bit while to unload when it's full. So I go down there in the JCB, unload the Lexi in, and when I get all of the carts full, that's right, all of the carts, because there's two of them, I head on down to the Grain Point Sell Point South, however it's said, and deliver the corn there. Both fields need to go there. I did have a quick look at the weather. I know I said the rain's coming at 11, and it still is. The good news is, though, is it's only going to rain till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so what I don't get done for harvesting, I'll have plenty of time in the afternoon hours to get done. But our fields will be done. Maybe not the grass fields. I'll get to the grass fields probably in the afternoon. I want to make sure I take care of the contracts first, which Frank is currently doing. He's doing the second cornfield. I may get a little risky and start taking some more corn There's a nice cornfield right behind us. That's a decent sized field. The more contracts I do, the more extra we'll get left over, and the more I can put into our grain mill and make some cracked corn. And I won't have to buy cracked corn for the chickens for a while, if I can fit it in there. Because yeah, last episode I put a little bit too much wheat in there. Not enough room left over for cracked corn, but what I got left over should be fine. The one thing I gotta be careful of is I gotta be careful how much cracked corn I put into my trailer, because I don't believe I can put it back into the grain mill, and I don't have a sawmill. I've been on a super run too much. I don't have a silo to put nothing into, so gotta be kind of careful about that. I think I could buy crates down at the store and put the cracked corn in there. I don't know, but the chickens are fine for a while, so we'll see how they're doing. We'll have to check on them just before we get done in November, because we have one more field to harvest after this one, and we can't do that until November because it's not ready. Now I'm trying to remember, I think it was on Elm Creek, which means this was early on in FS22, like the first week or two that I was out. I think I had a small problem where I bought a field where a farmer had stones in the field, and I went to pick up the stones, and I couldn't pick up the stones. I had to replow the field to get the stones up. That's what I'm going to say, to get them back up, and then I could pick the stones. So, I don't think this field needs to be plowed. No, it just says weeds are growing. Let me go ahead into the map just to see if it does need to be plowed. Just to double check on it. And nope, it does not need to be plowed at all. So if I come on over and I can't pick up the stones, then I'll have to plow the field and then pick up the stones. Hopefully. Oh, I hope they don't get stuck on there. I can't quite get this all in one go. Great demand at Grain Sell Point South. Well, that's where I've been going. I don't know what they need, but I'm not going to give them anything that I currently have. I did turn off the grain mill for making barley because that went through. And when I checked, we had 24,000 liters of flour. So that's producing rather nicely. I don't even know really what flour goes for, like maybe 1,500. And Frank has a full grain tank. Well, he's going to wait a minute because I want to finish this field off at this point. So I know I was thinking about putting down the pig pen today in this episode. It's going to be next episode. And the reason for that being is I want to put it down by the chicken coop. But I should probably harvest the grass that's ready to be cut up and made into silage first. So we'll cut up the grass field. Then I'm going to paint over the field to make sure it's not a field anymore. That way precision farming doesn't get in the way of that in case I put down the pig pen. And it says, hey, you got weeds over here. And it's like, that's not a field anymore. So we'll repaint the grass field where the pig pen's going to go. And then we'll put down the pig pen. It's only going to cost about $8,000. Will I get the pigs when I put it down? We'll have to wait and see. Alright, are you done behind me? Get that little bit of a patch there. Come on. Let's get that little bit of a patch. Thank you. Let's see, who was helping me out here? It was Francine. She was doing rather well today. She didn't rage quit after 30 seconds of work like she did yesterday in the wheat field. Let me go ahead and fold that up. We'll turn that off for now. And we'll grab the T8 to go unload the combine. So 19,000 liters. I don't know how many liters are in the combine, but let's just say 3. So about 22,000 liters of canola. It's not too bad. It's going to take a while to get our money back on this field though, but we do have the straw bales to sell. That's probably like 4 or 5 grand worth of straw bales. Land on East Vineland is kind of expensive compared to other maps. But that's what makes it more enjoyable, more fun for me, because it's a challenge. I probably should go and sell some of this corn, but let me go unload Frank for what I can, and then I'll go on down to Grain Point South and dump the load in there. Luckily, both corn contracts go into the same place, so I don't have to. I won't mess it up. I just got to be careful of completing the contract. That when I start getting money for it, to keep the rest of the corn so I can make cracked corn. Now, I'll be honest, was having a little bit of a problem unloading this combine with the second trailer because I was having a hard time getting it all lined up. I swerve everywhere because this pipe goes out a lot further than I think it's going to. But it is a class Lexian, so the pipe is kind of on the long side. And since he's doing a headland, he's going to keep on going. He's going to make that corner, not wait for me at all. If he was just going up and down the field, he would wait when he got to the end of the row, but he's not doing rows currently, he's doing headlands. And this JCB, even though it's a nice tractor and all, I think they undersized me a little bit for what we're doing. So if I decide to take on more corn contracts, I may just come down with my TA and our trailer, because our trailer holds just as much as these two do combined. Why aren't you unloading there? Am I not far enough out? Guess not. So, kind of hoping if I don't buy anything other than the pig pen later on this month, which will be next episode, like I said, we should be over 200 grand. Unless I start to go crazy and something comes up for sale in the store. Alright, JCB, come on. Get rolling. Now, I'm not stopping for anyone because it takes a while to get this thing rolling. Let's go sell, or not sell the grain. Deliver the grain. Not really selling it, just delivering it. Alright, if I line these up just right, I should be able to unload both at the same time. Let's get one started. And then pull forward enough until I get the trigger again. So 49,000 liters these two can hold together. And I think our trailer is 43. Not only that, they gave me a JCB with narrow tires on it. Kind of weird, but you know what? It'll get the job done. And it has. Because all my tractors were busy. Well, except for the 710 John Deere sitting in the barn. Just shy of 20,000 liters of canola off this field, so not too bad. We'll find out here. Probably next episode, I'll try coming over here with a stone picker and see if those stones come up, and if they don't, well, then I'll have to plow the field, and then they should come on up. Let's skip right across here. We can go across this field now. We don't care about the weeds if we destroy those. Let's go ahead and dump this right on in here. And you know what? I am going to turn it on. I thought I was going to wait and do it when I harvest the other field, but like I said, you never know when a great price is going to come along. You may want something. So canola, 22,000 liters, 1,000. So I'm going to get about 2,300 liters of diesel out of this. All right, that's not too bad. But the compost we can sell at a decent price, and of course the pig food is always nice to have around. Especially when you're going to have pigs here in the future. Still making some, still going through the wheat. Not a whole lot left. 2,000 liters left. But we got almost 33,000 liters of flour. And actually, when is flour? I think I checked on it last time. I think it's January for flour. Alright, so the price isn't as good as I thought it was. $6.65 is the best price apparently. Now let's ignore my selling lodge very big shed because we actually get more money selling directly, and that's where we will sell it. But the price isn't that bad currently right now. All right, I'm actually going to bring the T8 down here and unload into that. Now I do have some corn already in the JCB trailer. I'm hoping that'll be the extra. But this will be much easier. This got a little bit more oomph behind it. As for horsepower, and it's going to be easier for me to drive around. But the harvest here will continue. We're going to grab the Class Aryan, and we're going to go ahead and grab our fertilizer spreader and start getting to some of those fields that are paying some really, really good cash to get them fertilized. But first, I'm going to come over here and empty out the combine as much as I can. And then I'll see you as we fertilize the field. First field up is field number 67. I had to spend some cash to win some fertilizer because we were low. So I spent about $8,500 to top this thing off because I didn't want to get halfway out here and then have to go all the way back to the farm to refill. But one of these contracts, I know it pays us that much, so I'll get all that money back on one of the contracts, and then the rest of them is like going to be like pure profit. Just a little wear and tear on the equipment. You can see that this field here is, this will be the last time I'll get to fertilize it for another harvest because it's the dark blue color. Here I am just barely getting to harvest my fields, and these farmers are already got their fields planted for next year. Kind of glad that they show us on the mini map in the bottom left hand corner the fertilizing stages so I can kind of see what the heck I'm doing. Is that going to be enough to complete the field? Or did I already complete it, didn't see it? I'm guessing I already completed it and did not see it pop up. Nope, because I forgot. I'm doing 2 fields here. 2 fields for 1. That makes sense. You kind of forgot that you got to go across this little section right here. That's why I didn't pop up saying you're done, because you're not. So I have to start searching as well over the winter just where my next field I would purchase would be. May not, I mean, I'm hoping we buy another field next year, but definitely want to upgrade the combine just to help me along with that. Just that, you know, it's hard to make an episode of me harvesting a field when it takes me half hour, 45 minutes to harvest that field right there. With a bigger combine, I can make it just a little bit easier to watch. I won't have to cut up so much of it. But there's a lot of things we still need to buy. Millions of dollars I need to spend. But now that we're getting more fields and more things going on around our own farm, shouldn't be that much difficult. I want to do as many contracts. I don't mind doing contracts, just I don't want to be doing a whole bunch. Sometimes, as you know, once I start doing contracts, just to get that little bit of money, it's like, I'll just do one more field. Just one more. Then you complete that one. Just one more. It's like, well, that one pays good. Farming is farming. Making money is making money. And I got to get this taken care of because Frank is waiting in the class Lexian for me to go unload him. Their contract in field 67 is done. If they're happy with it, then I'm happy with it. I'll leave the engine running because this is not going to take me too long. But let me zip on over here. Now this tractor should pull this a little bit easier than what the JCB was pulling that one. And I could upgrade the engine in the T8 at some point, but don't need to currently. Definitely need to be spending the money elsewhere. You're only going to pull forward a little bit, then you're going to stop. So I don't know why you went forward, Frank. You got to stop at the end of the row to unload. It is the Lexian, right? I said it was. Yep, that's Lexian. No, you can go ahead. There you go. Alright, so we got one contract done. Let's go ahead and collect on that one to make it look a little bit better. $83.98, that's going to pay for all the fertilizer it is paid for. Let's collect on that. Wait, I got two. I got one, two, three, three. Three more fields to fertilize, so I'd better get on it. Well, Frank was doing a good job, but since I'm done fertilizing, I figure I'd come over here and finish off these last two passes on my own. I'm hoping that what I'm going to have left in the trailer that the TA is hauling, which, by the way, only holds 37,500 liters. I thought it was 43, but 37.5. I'm hoping what I can get in that trailer will complete the contract. The JCB does have 6,000 in, just said we completed the contract on field 11. So I'm going to be able to keep the rest of this corn? That's a lot of corn. That's a lot of corn. That can't be right, is it? I'm in field 11. It says contract complete in field 11. And that one I think is done as well. We got a lot of corn. I'm happy with that. So in just a moment here, we're going to go ahead and get every bit of corn off this field that we can. Bring it on down to the grain mill and start making some cracked corn. Not just for the chickens, but probably to sell. Because our chickens aren't going through that much. Even though we got a full coop. Are both harvesting contracts complete is the question. No, wrong page. No, field 17, which is the first field I did. I haven't completed all the delivery for that. And I kind of forgot when I did the first cornfield and harvested that field, since both these contracts are going to the same spot, contracts would do this sometimes on you. But even though I was harvesting that field and I was delivering it, I was delivering the amount I needed to deliver for this field. So even though this field contract is completely done, I still got to deliver more corn down there. But it's only 5% more. I was ready to say it because I just unloaded a full combine load into that trailer, which is like 17,000 liters for this combine. And I have 6,000 liters in the JCB, which is like 23,000 liters plus whatever I'm getting here. I was thinking that's a lot of corn. Now it's still going to be a lot of corn because I only got to deliver 5% more. I just wish I knew what the 5% was. Now, I'm going to collect on the fertilizing contracts and the harvesting contract that I didn't lease this equipment on. And I'm going to take a screenshot of the contract I leased on because I'm going to be saving the game and finish doing some other work later on, another day. And sometimes completed contracts do disappear on me, so I want to make sure I get a Photoshop of the work I did. I also want to collect on it because I may want to use this equipment to harvest more cornfields. And technically I should be able to harvest sunflower fields with this header as well. Alright, let's go deliver this load of corn. And like I said, I think this should cover the 5% for the other contract. I don't want to say easily, but it should. Let's cover that up so nothing flies on out. Meet you down at the sell point and see what we got left. Just remember there's 6,000 liters in that JCB trailer as well. Alright, keep my finger on the trigger. Just so that we don't sell what we don't need to sell. Alright, maybe that 5%'s more. No, there we go. So, yeah, about a $1,100 bonus for selling extra corn. Let's go delivers to the grain. I was thinking if I got a lot of corn left over, and say like I had about 10,000 liters, which, you know, we were close, 2,000 plus a 6,000. I was thinking about maybe just putting like 5 or 6,000 to make cracked corn, and then maybe bring the rest up to the fuel refinery. I think I could make fuel with corn. I'm so used to corn always being that's what you make fuel with, but I'm not sure in that mod if I can. Because that would kind of be like ethanol, and we don't make ethanol in that fuel refinery. It says diesel. I don't know if corn's a recipe for diesel or not in that one. Alright, let me just double check on this here for a second. If I come on down here, let's see here, is corn. We got canola, sunflower, soybean, olives, sugarcane, sugar beet cut, potatoes, wood chips, canola, oil, sunflower oil, olive oil, soybean oil. So no, corn cannot be made into diesel on that mod. So the other corn would be just coming on down here. 20 corn for 25 cracked corn. That's not too bad. So we're going to get, I don't know, my math is a shot there. About 2,300 liters of cracked corn. Sound about right? Let's go ahead and we'll actually activate that and get that up and going. The wheat, still got a little bit of wheat left. And of course I got 6,000 liters of corn in the JCB. I'll bring that down later on. But let me come in here into the contracts. So fertilizing for 74.14. Let's collect on that. Got 13,150 for fertilizing that field. Good chunk of change. Fertilizing for 4,058. Harvesting, that's 7,001. I did not lease on that one. And this one here is the one I leased it on for field 17. So let me go ahead and take a screenshot of that. Just in case I log back in and the completed contract disappears, I'll know I'll have to add 4,960 to our total. But we're up to 223,000, so pretty darn good. And who knows, I get greedy once in a while with the contracts. I know there's a collectible here, don't worry about it. I don't care about the collectibles. The only time I pick up the collectibles on the map is if they're in the way. And a couple times they are. Let me just double check on the store. Yeah, nothing new there. So contracts currently that I could end up taking on. A lot of cultivating ones. Oh, there's one for 8,000. It's not too bad. Get Frank working on those. Or more fertilizing contracts, which don't take too long. I'll have a quick look at the harvesting contracts when I log back in to see if there's any good paying ones. I think there was a good corn one here, but wow, look at all the harvesting contracts. Plowing contracts could do as well. We'll have to wait and see, but I do have a baling contract to do. So probably beginning next episode, I'll be finishing up this baling contract. And then we'll take care of our grass fields as well. And then we'll start looking into the pigs. I think we got enough money to go ahead and get the pigs up and going. So they can, I don't know, buy about 10 pigs, let them reproduce. And by the time the pig pen gets full, we'll have ourselves a slaughterhouse, if you will. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.